some people are doing around me, and some people are like legit just eating rice and soy sauce and or just starving. And yeah, it's so crazy. Hi guys, it's Angela here today, and the video today is gonna be like a rant and a story time about the Shanghai lockdown that is currently been happening and is probably gonna happen until June or July. At least that's the last time that I heard. And at this point, I just don't know when I will see the outside world again. I mean, I can see the outside world through my windows, but to be physically outside, other than being COVID tested, I don't know when. And this video is to talk about this whole experience, as well as just letting you guys know that in the future, if I'm delayed in video content, this is what's happening. Because it's really hard to create content that I will approve on YouTube because of this whole situation going on. So there may be some delays in the future if I don't get out by July. But if I do, cross my fingers, I will by next month. Hopefully I won't be delayed in weekly uploads. Okay, so let's begin this rant, this story time from March 16th. So from March 16th, I was notified by my community to quarantine at home for 48 hours because in the beginning of March, there were some cases going on in Shanghai already, and people were in offices. People are still working, but a lot of people were like, okay, we may get locked down in our company. So everybody would bring their little suitcases to their workplace just in case of a lockdown in their own company, because they will lock you down. If they find like one positive case in your company, they will lock the whole company down for 48 hours, and you can't shower, you can't, if your company has a bathroom, that's great, but it is what it is. So people will bring their mini little suitcases. So that was happening in the beginning of March. And then around March 16th, my community got notified that yes, I would need to work from home, be quarantined for 48 hours. And I thought, okay, at least I'm not quarantining the company, which is great. I can quarantine at home. Now on March 18th or I think 18th, the whole city was notified that everybody should be staying at home, working from home, but you can still go out to get groceries and like your basic daily living necessities. So that was from March 18th to March 31st. Now, I live in the Puxi side, so we had the luxury to go out at the time. But in the Pudong side, a lot of people from March 16th or earlier were just quarantined at home, and they can't even go outside because their community has been locked. At this point, when I say locked, I mean like you're locked out. Like walls are up and you legit can't get out. But in my case, I was able to go outside, still get groceries, get food and everything. So all was okay. It was just working from home. Now here comes March. Like the last week of March, the city government notified everyone that, okay, so Pudong is gonna have like a full-on lockdown. Nobody can get outside for 5 days, the last week of March. And then after them, starting from April 1st to April 5th, Puxi side, where I live, will have a full day, 5-day lockdown. You can't get out, just stay at your house. Like legit, there's guards outside, they tape your door, whatever, you can only stay at your house. Luckily, before April 1st, I was able to store some groceries or restock some stuff because I thought maybe this will last for another 2 weeks and just in case. But here I am on my 3rd week, going to my 4th week, and well, this thing is not going anywhere. So then everybody was like, okay, that's fine, April 5th, no worries, that's not too bad. 5 days, really locked down, really can't go outside and get food and groceries. Okay, it won't be that bad. 5 days later, nothing happened. Everybody's still locked down, and this is continuing to happen because every time, or at least in my community, there's always a positive case. And if there's always a positive case, your time to get out delays. For example, from April 6th or 7th, my release date was supposed to be 14 days after that, so around April 22nd. But starting from April 9th, every day after that, my community's been having like a positive case. So my release date keeps on being delayed and delayed, because in order for you to be released or your community to be released, you have to have 14 days prior to your release date of no positive cases. And that's really hard because first, people are starving. A lot of people didn't know this would last this long. And so they only prepared like at most a month of food, but a lot of people already finished their food supply. I mean, the Shanghai government has been passing out, I would say, once a week food, but the food supply is really small. And for some families of 4, that food supply is not enough. And I think I'll be like inserting some food videos that I took. Not only that, regarding COVID testing, once your community has, let's say, a positive case, the following day you have to go out to get COVID tested, and they will call building by building to call all the residents to come down, line up, and get COVID tested. And I don't even know why they're doing this, because technically, if you're just going out, do the COVID testing in a group, you are spreading COVID. Like, it's so much easier to get COVID than just being locked in by your room for 2 weeks while the government just gives you supply at your door. Like, I don't know what the higher ups are thinking, but this operation that they're doing is not really working. And till now, so today I have to get another COVID test done because there is a potential case yesterday. So my release date now is April 30th. And which is why a lot of people are saying that this could go on till May, June, July. I mean, all the airlines, the flights, majority of them are canceled until July. So that tells you something. Now let's go back to the food situation. So before this, pre-COVID, pre-lockdown, food was so easy to get in Shanghai. You can just open your phone, go on this app, like a food delivery app or grocery delivery app, get what you needed, and delivery fee will be probably like 0 yen or 5 yen. It's like super cheap, super efficient, super easy, super cheap. Now, not only has all deliveries stopped, including like packages coming in and out of Shanghai, getting food is so hard because not only food prices like vegetables are rising like crazy. One cabbage is 70 yuan. One small cabbage is $10. Normally one small cabbage would be like $2 or $3, but now it's like $10. But paying a delivery guy to come to you, you need to pay him like $30 or $40. Let's say, for example, one of my friends wanted to get medicine ASAP. She had to pay the delivery guy $40 in order for him to bring her just one $10 medicine. So in total, in order to get her medicine, it took her she had to spend $50 to $60. That is insane. So that's basically what's happening right now in terms of community ordering. So if you don't have the money to pay $60, $70 for a delivery fee, then you would do group ordering. Now, the group ordering is frustrating because let's say you have a group leader, right? She gets to choose what kind of things that she wants to get. So for example, that group leader wants to get pork meat, right? And you really want beef meat. Well, you can't really do anything about it because unless you want to be the group leader, which is a hassle because everything is in Chinese and you have to speak to the supplier in Mandarin. Like foreigners, nobody wants to be a group leader. So supply is very limited. Basically, food choice is very limited because it really depends on finding a group leader that can do the work and also are not like scamming you of money, because some group leaders right now are making so much money because they make the margin price. They will talk to a supplier and get like the wholesale price, and they will market it to like these people that really need food 2 or 3 times the price, and then he or she will make the margin price. I mean, there's some group leaders like that. Thankfully, the ones around me are not greedy for money. They're actually willing to help people. But the thing is, sometimes, let's say you get a successful group order. And group order, what I'm seeing is you need to have minimum of 30 orders. So minimum 30 people need to get on board on this, or else it's not gonna happen. when it does happen, sometimes you pay the money and everything, and then the group will be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry guys, the supplier just notified us that they ran out of stock, or we were too late, another group has ordered the last stock before you guys, so there's nothing really you can do about it. So it's really frustrating because you're constantly waiting. Like, you paid money, but it's kind of like a lottery system, whether you can get food or not. And I mean, I'm thankful of my past self to hoard a lot of well, not a lot of food, but hoard at least 3 weeks of food. So I'm like okay on food right now, but I just need to like ration my meals. But for a lot of people, like, didn't really see this as an outcome, then it's really hard for them to get food. And I go on the Chinese version of TikTok a lot to see what some people are doing around me, and some people are like legit just eating rice and soy sauce or just starving. And yeah, it's so crazy because like who knew things will be like this, you know? And like, if it was a system or operation where everybody works from home, right, but you're able to still go out to get groceries, then I'm completely fine. But it's the fact that you're not able to do anything and you're running low on food and you're starving, that's when like I really draw the line, because it's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, things need to change, because what about these old people that can't get food? They don't know how to work like smartphones. Like, how are they gonna get food? It really depends on your community. Like, my friend that lives in a rich compound with like high, tall building apartments, she gets food like every other 3 days, and it's really nice food that's packaged and not rotten. But for some people that are in like a poor neighborhood, it really depends on your community and community manager or commitment facility group. I'm translating this in Chinese, so like it's called commitment facility group. It really depends on them and how much they want to spend for everybody in their community, because if they don't want to spend a lot, either you don't get food at all, or you just get small amount of vegetables, or you get just rotten food. And not just that, nothing you can do about it. I mean, the good thing is I'm losing weight, because like at this point, what can you do? You're being on a forced diet. Like, you want to not starve, so you have to like portion and ration your food because you don't want to be hungry at night. That's a positive, I guess, but legit, you are confined in your compartment all day, every day, can't go out to get food, only COVID tests. And oh, garbage. Well, garbage, at least they let you walk down to the building and put it in the first floor, but you can't just get out of your building. And I feel like at the end, worst comes to worst, I'll just eat soy sauce and rice to like survive. And at least I have a kettle so I can like boil the water. So that's another survival resource. And every day I wake up feeling like convenience store clerk, because I need to check my food inventory supply just to make sure, okay, I'm running low on this, I'm running low on that. What can I do to ration? Oh, and don't get me started about toilet paper and pads later, because thankfully I have enough for a month and a half. So after that, I really don't know what to do about that. So that's a later issue. But I guess for those that made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for listening to my rant and letting my anger out, because honestly, the situation here is pretty insane. And from what I heard, my colleagues that were here in 2020, nothing like this happened. Like, at least they were quarantined, but you can still go out and get food. Like, nothing like this being like legit confined in your compartment ever happened. I'm praying that I'll be released soon so I can actually eat some good food and like actually get some daily basic living necessities and like create video that I'm proud of and create like content that I find to be interesting and fun. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.